Hello and welcome back to Surly Tim's. Now in this episode I'll be covering the movie Humanoids from the Deep from 1980. Another Roger Corman production that sees a small fishing village under siege by monstrous aquatic mutants with machinations of mating with the local ladies. But it is up to Dr. Susan Drake, Ann Turner, a television actress from projects like the 1994 televised version of RoboCop, and Jim Hill, played by Doug McClure, from such films as The Land That Time Forgot from 1974 and At the Earth's Core from 1976, as a charter boat captain that is dragged into the chaos when his son is injured by one of the beasts. I also recognize Denise Gallick, who was in the V miniseries in 1984. I felt that this was pretty standard for a Corman project, which screams insane plot lines with a small budget. And although a fan of his films, this one's story was a ridiculous B-movie delivery for the ecological messaging of the era. But as it wasn't a complete mess, I gave the writing a 0.5. The performances of the cast were surprisingly good for a low-budget styled film, but that was among the primary characters. The supporting cast seemed to lumber through their parts, which were ironically wooden at best, so I gave them a 0.5. With only 5 movies starting her career as a director of a dozen television projects, of which I'm unfamiliar with, Barbara Peters did a fairly competent job in the film's delivery, so I'm going to give her a 1, as she seemed skilled enough to corral what could have been a mess into something salvageable. For a movie with a modest budget of $2.5 million, but only bringing in a box office total of $2.1, the visual effects were surprisingly well produced. But I'm interested as to what they may have omitted from the original cut, what with Corman insisting on including obligatory sex scenes laced with much nudity. But I guess that a movie in which the antagonist's main objective was to procreate with some small-town girls, I shouldn't be surprised. So I gave the production a 0.5. In my opinion, the film could have been better, but for the time and the genre, it seemed to be pretty standard for B films. And as the special effects and subplot were interesting enough to keep me entertained, I'm willing to award this a 0.5. And as this was not my first time seeing the film, I felt it was time to analyze it thoroughly. And although it only earned a total of 3, I may choose to keep it and watch it a few more times. So, thanks again for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Goodbye.